Okay, so let's go ahead with the lowest price to highest price then. Here comes the Bctx. So Bctx, this is a weekly chart. A couple of things interesting with this Bctx. This one and here. So as long as it remains above this 9.5 or 9.75, this range. So I think this particular volume, what we can see here, they're really strong. And after this constant, downward momentum, so it did consolidate very well at this level. That is 2.91 or whatever that level. I think it consolidated for a quite good amount of months here. So after that, it is forming this base, and now it is going to go above this 9.5. If it goes, the initial target will be 20 for this one. So this is the range what we will look for. So almost like 100% up what we can see in the coming months here for this one. So this is the range we will see for this, okay? 20 to 20.5 as the initial target. So once that crosses, then I think the next will be 36, so around this level, if it obeys this, upward momentum, okay? But I think this particular volume is very critical for us, okay? So coming months, Bctx looks good for 20 and 36 range. So, if the strength continues with good news and all, it can retest 54. Maybe in another 1 year or so. But right now, direction has changed. It has to keep the positive momentum now. Okay, so that's Bctx. As far as X is concerned, it was going very nicely in this channel, whatever that we had initially thought about. And as you can see, we had this resistance zone, which we had identified some time back. So 30 as the resistance zone for this. So right now, what is happening is instead of this one going up like this, it kind of took us sideways now, okay? So let's do one thing. Let us try to get rid of these so that we'll keep it clean. Okay. This also we can take it out. Yeah. Okay. So this was the zone now. Let's do this. So it's kind of now taken this sideways momentum. So let's say if the market if it really crosses 30, then it has the potential to go to 47. But until such time, it might retest like 20 and then 29. So this is the range that looks like it's going to go. But right now it is in a range bound, the sideways range bound. Okay. So with the good support at 20.5 level and resistance at 30. So it's big $10 difference is what you can see here. So basically the channel, it failed here unless it really comes back into the channel later in the coming months. But for now, it's a sideways. Okay.
Consolidating.
Yeah. So that is CX. And as far as the DKNG is concerned,
Basuraj, can I ask a question?
Okay.
So this technical chart, does it tell you whether the last week momentum is the market crash is going to go down next week, or just is speculation?
We will at the end we will look at how SPY is behaving.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is no matter what the market is doing, sometimes the stocks will be behaving differently.
Okay.
Like, for example, SPY was going every day higher and higher, but Disney was continuously falling, right?
Okay.
So when the market is up and the stock is going down, so that means it's an individual. So it's a market where you need to look at your portfolio and then make your strategy. It's not like, hey, just because SPY is going up, market is going up, or all your stocks will go up. That is not the case.
Correct.
So it is, it's individually you have to evaluate it. Okay.
Okay.
It could be that SPY might have gone like all-time high and your portfolio is in 20% loss, right?
Yeah.
It is quite possible depending upon what positions you are having in your portfolio.
But Basu, this stock I think got in by mistake.
Pardon?
It was like, they were telling some other stock symbol.
Oh yeah,
BKNG.
Instead of BKNG, DKNG has come in.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Yeah.
The price line, previous price line.
Yeah, I thought anyway it is there. I just thought of looking at it. So I think as far as the DKNG is concerned, yeah, this was the zone. If you look at, like, we had identified the resistance zone. So it failed. I mean, it failed to really break above. So naturally, once it failed the resistance zone, successfully, there was a push down. So naturally, after that, it has come back to the support. I mean, the one support was 44. It broke that support. So now it's hanging at 35. So if it breaks 35, the next support is at 27. In case if somebody is holding DKNG. So just wait for here. Either it has to bounce. Okay, this is again a weekly chart. We can look at the daily. Yeah, I think daily is also kind of, it has to hold. It has to hold because this sell was little, especially here we have seen one sell. So 45 level. So after that, guys are not stopping here. So that means if it breaks 35, the next level is 27. Okay. So overall, it's in a kind of a downward momentum as far as DKNG is concerned, unless it bounces here. If it bounces here at 35, then you can see it retesting like 40, 45, that level. Okay. Perfect. So Baba, I think Baba could not really cross this resistance line that we had here, right? So it retested the support line here at 147 and it broke 147. 130 is the, where you can, we have that strong support. So Baba should not break 130. So it has to hold 130 and then it has to bounce back to 148 again for a healthy, in case if it has to really come down. So right now, Baba is at very critical phase of like 130, which is a bouncing zone for this. Okay. So let's look at the our 4-hour chart, what it says. Yeah. It's all like 130, it is ready to kind of bounce, I think, unless it really breaks 130. Okay. Let's look in case if it breaks 130, what happens? The next support is 121.
Maybe, I don't think it goes that low.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, the 130 is the critical thing. It has to hold that 130. Okay. I mean, wherever the corrections are happening in whichever the stocks, so it's best to kind of identify the nearest strong support zones. So that way, as Jay was mentioning, if if you're planning to buy on some good stocks, so you should just look for those support. Like 130 is a good support for Baba. 120 is going to be more stronger. Okay, so but it should not break this 130 line for sure.
This is Chinese stock. I think it is selling out because of the Chinese government actions and all these tech companies that are going after all of them.
Correct.
Literally.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Otherwise, this is great stocks. They are just killing it. They're killing it.
Yes.
They delisted DD.
Yeah, they want that to be delisted. That's why I don't know. This is one of those stocks, though it is cheap, it has come down, everything. I wouldn't, there are plenty of other stocks, guys. Why do you want to chase just because it's cheap?
Right.
Because if they ask the same thing for delisting this, this can hit even $80.
Right.
Why that risk? There's so many that have come down. You can easily pick them up. One of the stock that I asked just before is BKNG, our previous price line.
Right.
Yeah, it is probably it is sold off about 500, 600 points now, and mainly with this COVID too, another 200 Friday. Maybe that's one. Though it's very expensive, but get couple shares.
Right. So I think here, because it has broken this, even this support, right? If you see, it's a monthly chart, so it has broken that support around 190. So if we treat that also, unless and until you get a doji, something like this, and then a green candle, so it is not worth buying at this moment. So it has to kind of slow down. The selling has to slow down. So because the volume is not coming down, it's not like selling is the way it is going down here, right? So selling volume was low, but that is not the case here. So anyway, so BABA 130 still is a good support level, unless you don't want to hold it. So wait for it to really take something, change the direction. So right now the direction has not changed, just for your information. That confirmation is not there. Direction change confirmation is not there. It is just the support as it support. It may bounce, it may not bounce. So, but we have to wait for that, okay, for it to bounce and hold. Okay. Disney, very strong. It broke that support at 170, and after that, I think 160. It was. These are all things whatever we had captured earlier, I think. Yeah. So 150 was very strong. So it has broken that level also. But overall, as a Disney, I think it's a nice stock. And in the past also, if you look at its history, right? It has consolidated well. Then it took time, it went up, but then it came right below this consolidated level of 97 and, during the COVID thing. But again, it bounced back to 203. One good thing about Disney is, any corrections, that is something that you can just buy and hold. That I would say. So it should retest, like once again the market kind of gets into positive momentum, or some good news will definitely bring it up.
Is it better to take losses for the year and get in again, or?
That is some. There are two things. One, your tax status, right? When I say tax, like you have to consult your tax consultant to see, if that is beneficial. So definitely yes, definitely I'm not going to advise on that.
No.
So, yeah, so maybe others can comment on that. But as far as good stocks like Disney, where almost like more than 25-30% correction has happened, so, and from the top, so definitely a good pick, right? So let's say you take a loss, and then beginning of January, if it goes to 160, then whatever the tax benefit you must have got, so that will eat up, right? So especially good stocks selling, like it's very, these are all the stocks buy and hold kind of the stocks. That's it. And that's what I feel. Okay.
Basu, quick question.
My 2 cents.
Yeah, Jay.
My 2 cents would be, if you had sold something that had huge gain, so you'll owe a lot of tax, right? If that is your situation, you want to avoid paying the tax. The thing is to sell something that you have a loss on, so that you don't pay tax. That's one thing. But there's only one caveat though, is when you sell anything, there's a wash sale rule. If you're planning to buy this back, make sure that you don't buy it back in the next 30 days. So there is, I think that will either nullify or that means you cannot take credit later for the loss that you incurred on the previous one. So if you sell something today, buy that only after 30 days. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you're selling today to take advantage to work against the gain that you had, make sure that the stock that is sold, you buy only after 30 days. If you think for another 30 days it will still at or below,
Right.
or you don't care about the stock anymore, you really don't continue, then sell it. That's what I would do. Those are the best times. If you're sick and tired of holding some stocks like this or Baba, I don't want this anymore in my, then sell those. Then
I mean,
take
if you're rotating your portfolio, maybe,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Especially when the stock has corrected and it has come to the support levels, we need to be extremely careful because, I mean, only if it breaks and if it doesn't crosses 150 next 1 or 2 weeks, right? If it continues, only then it's going to go to like 115 level. Okay. But otherwise, if it bounces, like comes back into 150 zone, so then again it's going to go back to 185. Okay. But right now the direction is downwards. That much is clear. Okay. So
Basu, one quick question. So, Pavan here. So, there's a statement that people use that good stocks don't revisit the breakout section again. So, is that, I don't know, is that
and breakout, like what you're saying?
like, whenever we see a breakout, if it's a really good stock, there's that's probably a way to identify a good stock. So,
See, there is
Disney is one of a good stock. So,
correct. So the thing is, okay, fundamentally you're going by, okay, fundamentals are right. It is just that technicals are not right. Correct?
Yes, correct.
So that is the kind of dilemma one goes through. So once you know, like for example, ACM. Okay. So ACM was like Jagdish was holding for quite some time, and so many years it was consolidating. Like once it was crossing 35, I mean, he was just holding it, right? I mean, he knows from 35 to 20, 35 to 20 for 20 years.
Wow.
For 20 years. Okay, so that's what ACM did. I mean, that's what when we started discussing about ACM, that was the case. The reason I'm saying, look at this chart. This is the 20-year chart of ACM.
Wow.
Okay. So I think we started discussing about it somewhere around this level. I think maybe because
I got in at 23, I guess. 51.
Didn't ACM go public only 10 years ago?
No. This one 2008. Yeah, 2008. I think that's what it has. Yeah. 20 years though I mentioned, so it has got 2008.
Okay.
So, but whatever, what I'm saying is 38 to 20 range. That was the range it was going for almost like until 2020. So many times it tried to break above. So one fine day it just goes up, and if somebody is smart, technically if they're looking at, okay, it has hit the resistance, I'll put the sell call or buy put or whatever it is. I mean, each stock you need to understand,
Yes.
The moment if it is Disney, okay, Disney behaves in certain way in the next couple of months, like until this particular stock is going down, you then have to put in order to cover your losses or, protect yourself, then you have to apply those strategies, because fundamentally you want to hold the stock, but you want to make money out of it. If you want to make money out of it, like, as Jay suggests, like write the covered calls, or buy puts or whatever it is, right? That is where the knowledge comes into picture as to, it is not what the stocks do. I mean, which stocks I want to own or whatever it is. Like,
Got it.
Have you understood the dynamics of that stock?
Got it. When AE come here, it broke above that line, above that resistance, and but it revisited that again.
Right. So, the thing is, that's where, right? I mean, the supports are supports, resistance are resistance.
Yes.
So we can't really, ignore those facts.
Agreed. Yeah. Thank you, Vasu.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the next talk. Baidu. Okay, Baidu. So Baidu is again at a very good support level here. This is the zone I think we had identified. Let's do this. Let's go weekly. So we had identified a zone for this Baidu. So Baidu zone was like 155 to 165, the $10 zone. I think looks like it is trying to break above 165 and stay, but it could not, so it failed. So again, now it is crossed like, around this 155 level. If it breaks this, so the next stop will be around 123 only, the next support, what it is having. So that's what now, Pawan. So you have to make your strategy around, okay, if it stays below 155, what am I going to do with the stock or the strategies around that? If it stays above 155, so then for the next $10 move, right? I mean, here it's like $20 down and $10 up, right? So that's what you'll have to see. So you need to come up with a strategy for that. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Vasu.
Okay. So I think we can just, the next zone could be around here. While that is there, maybe this is also critical if it crosses this level. Okay. Look at this one here, around 145. So we should now watch for the next couple of weeks. I think we should be watching this level, 145 to 155, instead of 155 to 165. So we should be watching 145 to 155. If it crosses below 145, then you can see 125. So if it crosses 155, then you can see 165. Okay. So that's what I do. Apple, very clean chart. So no doubt about it. So beautiful, you can see the triangle and look at the support, like 140 was beautiful. So 140 was a nice support. It bounced and it's just going higher. That's it. What next for this one? Okay. Let's see if we get to see this. So 167, 174, and 196 will be the next target for the Apple if it holds 140 level. Okay. So assuming that 140 is the strong support, the next targets are that 167, 174, and 196. Okay. So, but overall, the trend seems to be strong and going up. Okay, that's about Apple. Boeing. So Boeing is like, it just broke. I mean, again, this particular resistance, if you see here, I mean, support, it was a support, but now it is acting as a resistance, this particular line. So let me do this little bit of thing here. Too many lines, confuse. Okay. So there was a support here, and now that is acting as a resistance. So it has kind of broken this support around 213, right? So now it is trying, I mean, it did not, I mean, this was a zone like where it should have not broken. But right now, the direction is not there for this. I mean, if we say direction, it's just that it has to cross this resistance and go up, okay? Or else it could see the next levels around 185 Okay, so 185 and this 160 levels again. So, but right now, not sure. I mean, it's not a buy range at this moment. Okay, so wait for maybe some good newses for this. But again, those who want to just keep it as a good stock, so definitely yes, because it stopped paying the dividend also after this COVID thing. So first they have to get into positive zone. Okay, so but for now, let's do one more thing here. There seems to be a resistance. Let's see if it is getting us some support. I mean, it may not be the perfect line for this, but for now, the direction is not there. It could be the sideways. Okay, there is no perfect, the feeling that what you can get, a good feeling that what you can get. Okay, so 160, if it comes to 160 level, so maybe a good one to pick it up, I think. Okay, so Boeing the neutral strategy. I will go with the neutral strategy in case if you guys are planning for any options for this. Okay, Zoom. So Zoom, it broke this zone again. Let's do this. Let's extend it. So Gopal, like we will think that, oh, so now the pandemic and Zoom has to go up and all those things, but still, of course, it did kind of fall and correct here. But let's see, the 195 will remain as a strong support for that because sometimes corrections might happen at those levels. Just a minute. Somewhere we can use this. This will be a better place. So there is a good volume here. We just push the price from like 165 to whatever the levels. Let's see if it's going to retest 170. Okay, or is it going to take a turn and then go up? Okay.
How much? What price you said, Zoom? Zoom?
Zoom, if it comes down to 168 level,
Oh,
165 level, that will be a good support for that. Next 1 or 2 weeks. Let's see another thing here for this.
so this weekly chart.
Yeah, this is a weekly chart. Yeah, it's a weekly chart. We will look at a daily chart also in a short while. So if you just see that as a kind of a downward channel, if you see that, so then I think it might retest like 168 or 115 and that kind of a level also. Okay. So worst case, I mean not the worst case, the best case scenario, like it can retest like 293 if it really turns next week. If it really becomes like green next week and then starts going up. So you can see this as your resistance line for Zoom. Okay. So if it crosses maybe around 289 or something like that, it might reach that level and then again it may come down. Okay. So that is Zoom. But right now it is in a downward channel for sure. mRNA. So mRNA is like crazy all the time. So again, from this support, it went all the way till this resistance. Okay. So, and then it has come down. So right now, I think mRNA found a very good support at 258. Hopefully it will just keep going up. So it might be a good support around 225 to see what it has got. And if as long as it stays above 260, I think it will continue to go higher, like 500 level usually. Okay. So let's see another kind of a channel if we see. Oh, sorry. Yes. Let's change the color of this and see. Yeah. So if we're seeing this as an upward channel for mRNA, so that is a range. So if it crosses this resistance line, then it can go up. But until such time, it has to somewhere stay in this range between 300 and 360, that range. Okay. It's very hard to catch, but I think it's just any dip, just buy it as far as mRNA is concerned. Okay. Okay, so Facebook, I think the Facebook is in a channel, nice channel. So it did try to go above the channel, but then it broke and then it found the support at the bottom of the channel here, and then it's going up. So you can expect it to go to 380 and then continue to go up. So as long as it obeys this channel. So just
kind of a okay time to get in if you want to.
Oh yeah, Facebook anytime, yeah. Any pullback, just enter. I mean, nothing to worry. Okay. So it has nice consolidation, multiple times it consolidated, it just broke above, and then it's holding that level. Okay. So okay.
I mean, for really long term, you can just surely get into Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, again,
with the Meta thing,
you have to keep it as long term.
Yeah, Meta will be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, guy has got, though we might hate, but we have no choice. So okay, so as far as Goldman Sachs is concerned, it is going sideways. So now it's going to be between 420 to 375, that range. I think it has to consolidate. Like now after that huge move up, looks like it is consolidating. We need to wait for it to kind of consolidate and then really go up. But otherwise, like, if someone is, wants to buy and hold, I think any dip of this kind of dip is a good buy around 360 levels. So it's a good buy because it really, broke above after many years. Look at the chart, like 20 years, nice consolidation between like 120 to 250. That's the range it has consolidated. So naturally, it has a great support at 369. Okay. Only any major corrections like this, it might see 250 and then bounce back. But otherwise, any dip is kind of a buy here for this. It's a nice rally, nice breakout above 250 level for this one. Okay. So Goldman Sachs at this time, it is neutral as far as the movement is concerned. It has to rest for some time, at least for next couple of months. So Tesla is, I think, the nice cup formation it made. Let's do this. Yeah. So it never came below this resistance, breakout about this 834 and then at 892, and that's it. So now it has to retest this 1253. Huge range for this one. Let's look at. Yeah. So right now it is just, sorry, it's in a range for now. There is nothing that you can predict as far as price is concerned. No, nothing comes up. So right now, all that it has done is nice base, then breakout, holding this level of like $1,000. So as long as it holds this $1,000, which it should, because the strong support is around like 800 or 835, this range. Worst case scenarios, if it really breaks 1,000, that is where it is going to come down in a short term, what I'm saying. But it has to hold that level. Okay. So it's kind of trying to, hold here, this particular price point. Okay. But overall, again, the cup and, handle formation is beautiful. And the next cup, it has to hold like above 1,200, it will go further up. But below 1,200, it will stay, within this range, 1,000 to 1,200. Okay. So again, sideways. I mean, it's really moved higher, so it's going to be sideways. So as far as the BKNG is concerned, what Jay was mentioning about. So beauty. So look at this, whatever the support that it had, 2093. I think that's where it kind of bouncing. So below 2093, so then it is going to come to 2,000 here, like another $100. Let's see the multi-year one. Yeah.
This is Burger King?
Pardon?
Is this Burger King?
No. It's Booking Holdings. It used to be Priceline.
Yeah.
Ah, that's you.
So right now, I think this is the range. Very strong support is here at this level. A huge move, like $600 move is very strong down here. Just wait for the next month, whether it is really going to cross, I would say.
This is monthly chart.
This is a monthly chart. This is a monthly chart.
I think we should look much shorter. I think.
Yeah, I will do that.
You have it, Jay?
I don't have it. I'm looking into it. But think, this damn thing is that expensive. What do you do? $2,000 plus.
If you're buying, let me know.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting here.
Yeah.
Want to get some? Definitely not. This perfect support. If the future stay high, like the way it's showing now, probably it might open up 100 points higher tomorrow.
I mean, all the travel ones pull back.
Yeah. They all got shot for Friday.
Yeah, NCLH and all of them, yeah. So right now, I think if another thing you should see here, it kind of broke this cup here. Yeah. So this was the place where, so if you really consider this as a cup here, right? And it is almost touching the bottom of the cup for this one. Okay. So if it breaks here, okay, it can easily come down to this level. If it doesn't hold this current level there, you can expect this to come to this level. Just a moment. So this is the zone, like, around 1600, the zone will be the perfect zone for it to really buy it. I mean, to really invest. Because at that time, it is just going to be like, because it's multiple times, it has gone from 1600 to 2200. And this particular cup, whatever we see here, if it breaks this level, 2093, the next stop is for that one is like 1600s only. I mean, that's what I see as a good support level for this to really get in, like, without any problems. Because right now, if you look at this J, the weekly chart is so nice here. It has kind of wait, yeah, let's change it up. Yeah, I think this is fine. So if you look at this J, like, it has really broken this support here. So now after that, it is touching another support. So only what my concern here is if it breaks this support, then we are going to see that. Okay. So otherwise, if it bounces, yes, it can go up for sure. So yeah. And one can just get in and see if it really not going the way it is. So if it really continues to go down to 2000s, then expect it to come to 1600. Okay.
If you put daily Basuraj,
Yeah, let's look at that.
that tells the huge spike down happened on Friday because of the COVID fear.
So that's what, like, here
Yeah.
it will bounce and can come till maybe around another $200 up here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the resistance will start here for this, around this level. So we will see next week whether it's really going to cross this 2200 and then go up, or because of this huge sell, whether it is going to come down further. Okay.
It's the travel stock bookings. If bookings are down,
Yeah.
If this current COVID strain has legs, yeah, this can go down easily.
Yeah.
If there's no, that's not this turned out to be false positive.
Yeah.
So then it can head back to 26.
Yeah, it can come down. Yeah, I think the key level will be this.
Right.
Then yeah, and then once it really crosses 2200 and holds something like
Right.
this, right?
Exactly.
We need a green candles here right now. So
Yep.
after this huge sell off, because here also we had and after that we did not retest this bottom here. So 1862 is another thing which it can retest and then come bounce back. Okay. But right now the direction is not in the positive. I mean, I would not say it has really changed.
Look at this stock. Every day it has sold up in the last 10 days.
Yes. I mean, that is because I think it just broke this 2500 level, Jay. As soon as that support is broken, so that's when it started losing its value here. Okay, so that's BKNG. Okay, let's look at our Amazon. Okay, let's do. Yeah. So Amazon monthly chart. Sorry, let's go to the weekly chart. Yep. So as far as Amazon is concerned, beautiful, consolidation in this zone. And as long as it stays above this 3,400 level, I think it will continue to go up. Okay. So overall, it is kind of forming a cup here. So, I mean, for this stock, like, you have to just give space like this, unless some breakout kind of thing happens like this. Okay. So it did, but the momentum came down. So it's kind of retesting this multiple times. Let's see if it forms a nice W here and then tries to break above 3773, because it had taken a good momentum to go towards the 4,000 range, what we were expecting. Somehow that did not happen. Okay, but that is a zone what we are looking for Amazon to stay in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Okay, so that's it about Amazon. That was our last talk. Anything else? Okay, maybe we'll look at SPY. Okay. So SPY, this is a weekly chart. Let's take out all these things. So right now, so last week we got a doji. So that is a Heikinashi doji, not regular doji. So we got look at this channel. So if it breaks this channel and then, if it holds below this channel, so then you can expect it to really come down to 453 and, so this level. So if this continues, just keep looking for this signal, the candles here. So it is a first red candle. So let's see tomorrow if it's just going to continue here, maybe for a couple of days, few more days until the maybe Christmas rally we are going to get. But looks like the first red signal has come, the red candle has come after the sideways doji here. Okay. Still, I think it has broken that channel. Okay. So some pain is here for SPY. Okay. So Gopal, it's not like we cannot call it as a crash.
Yeah. Okay.
It is not a crash, but it is just going to be a downward momentum for some time, because it has broken this channel here.
Okay.
So it broke like that 465. So that's where that pain is there. So it has to hold the 454 level next week. If it doesn't, so then you can see this 425 level. Got it? So definitely not a crash, but again, as I told you, like individual stocks, you have to keep reviewing it and see that. Okay. So good guys, on top of the hour, great. So, anything else before we wrap up?
It's all good. Thank you.
Okay, dear. Okay, thanks everyone. And,
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you,
Hope
Basraj.
had a good-
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, thank you, Basraj. Appreciate it coming on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Basu. Bye-bye.